The 1970s automotive world was in turmoil. Fuel crises, rising prices, and shifting consumer expectations had begun to erode the dominance of big, gas-guzzling trucks and muscle cars. Americans still wanted comfort and style, but also practicality and better mileage. The question loomed large. Could America build a car that offered sedan-like comfort with the rugged go-anywhere capability of a Jeep? Into this uncertain era stepped American Motors Corporation, AMC, a scrappy underdog known for unconventional thinking. While Detroit's giants doubled down on tradition, AMC saw an opportunity in innovation. Drawing inspiration from its own Jeep division, the company set out to blur the line between car and off-roader to create something entirely new, a vehicle that could handle snow, mud, and highways with equal ease. Against all odds, AMC was about to redefine what an American car could be. The birth of America's first SUV. The AMC Eagle, produced from 1980 to 1988, marked a bold innovation in American automotive history. Built by the American Motors Corporation and later by Chrysler after its 1987 acquisition, the Eagle blended the comfort of a passenger car with the rugged capability of a four-wheel drive, a combination that would later define the SUV and crossover segments. Launched in August of 1979 for the 1980 model year, the Eagle was based on AMC's Concorde platform and offered in coupe, sedan, and station wagon body styles. In 1981, AMC expanded the lineup with smaller, Spirit-based models, the SX4 and Camback, designed to attract younger and first-time buyers, as well as commercial fleets. A rare convertible version, known as the Sundancer, appeared briefly between 1981 and 1982, adding a touch of flair to the lineup. By the mid-1980s, the Eagle's range was streamlined to sedan and wagon versions, and by 1988, only the Eagle wagon remained in production. Although its design eventually aged out of the market, the nameplate lived on as Chrysler's Eagle brand until 1998. What set the AMC Eagle apart was its uniqueness. No other U.S. automaker was producing four-wheel drive passenger cars at the time. It offered everyday drivability with the confidence of all-weather traction, advertised as combining passenger car comfort with four-wheel drive security. Decades before crossover became a household term, the AMC Eagle quietly pioneered the concept, blending practicality, versatility, and adventure in a single package. Today, it's remembered not just as a car, but as the ancestor of modern SUVs and crossovers. The vision behind the Eagle, how AMC created America's first SUV. In the late 1970s, fuel-hungry off-road vehicles dominated the American market, but few offered comfort, efficiency, or practicality. AMC saw an opportunity to bridge that gap. The company believed consumers would welcome a vehicle that delivered the comfort and handling of a car while offering the elevated stance and all-weather traction of a four-wheel drive utility vehicle. This vision would ultimately lead to the creation of the AMC Eagle, a car that redefined the automotive landscape and became the spiritual ancestor of the modern SUV. The idea originated with Roy Lunn, AMC Jeep's chief design engineer, who proposed Project 8001+4, a plan to develop a four-wheel drive vehicle built on a unibody car platform. In 1977, AMC worked with FF Developments to create a prototype based on a V8-powered AMC Hornet. After successful testing, the design evolved to include higher ground clearance, 15-inch wheels, and a near 50-50 torque split for optimal traction. The production model used AMC's reliable straight-six engine paired with an automatic transmission. The result was a revolutionary hybrid of car and off-roader, essentially a Concorde sedan body mated with Jeep's proven four-wheel drive system. This design arrived just as the 1979 energy crisis hit, hurting sales of AMC's larger Jeep models. The Eagle filled the gap perfectly. It was efficient, affordable, and rugged. Priced between $6,999 and $7,549, around $27,000 to $29,000 today, the Eagle sold briskly, offering consumers a unique blend of comfort and capability unmatched by any rival. Technically advanced for its time, The Eagle featured full-time all-wheel drive with a viscous coupling differential, ensuring smooth power delivery to the wheels with the most traction. It was the first mass-produced American four-wheel drive passenger car with independent front suspension, offering both stability and comfort. Though not built for extreme off-roading like the Jeep Cherokee or Chevy Blazer, the Eagle could confidently handle mud, snow, and rough terrain, a perfect fit for professionals, emergency responders, and adventurous families. Automotive journalists were astonished that AMC, a small, financially struggling company, had produced such a forward-thinking vehicle. The Eagle combined practicality, performance, and affordability, pioneering a market segment that would later explode with vehicles like the Subaru Outback, Audi Allroad, and Volvo XC Series. Four-Wheeler magazine called it the beginning of a new generation of cars. Decades later, critics and historians recognize the AMC Eagle as the world's first crossover SUV. It merged rugged reliability with everyday usability, an idea so ahead of its time that nearly every modern automaker now builds vehicles inspired by its concept. The Eagle's legacy lives on, not only as a triumph of engineering creativity, but as the blueprint for an entire class of automobiles that continues to dominate the road today. The evolution of a trailblazer, AMC Eagle model years 1980 to 1988. The AMC Eagle's journey from 1980 to 1988 represents a remarkable evolution in American automotive history, a story of innovation, adaptation, and perseverance. Across its 8-year production run, the Eagle continually evolved to meet consumer needs, setting the stage for the modern SUV era. 1980, the debut of a revolutionary concept. Introduced in August of 1979, the 1980 AMC Eagle was based on the AMC Concorde and came in 3 body styles: a 4-door sedan, station wagon, and coupe. It combined passenger car comfort with full-time 4-wheel drive, a first for an American production car. Standard features included power steering, power brakes, and 15-inch white wall tires. The upscale limited trim added more refinement, while the Sport package offered unique styling touches such as blackout grills, sport fog lamps, and dual mirrors. But with rust-resistant galvanized steel and epoxy primer, the Eagle carried a 5-year rust-through warranty, a sign of AMC's commitment to durability. Power came from a 258 cubic inch 4.2-liter inline-6 engine paired with a 3-speed automatic transmission. With its raised ride height and rugged design, the Eagle quickly became a hit, selling over 45,000 units in its first year and forcing AMC to halt production of the slow-selling Pacer to keep up with demand. 1981, expanding the lineup. In 1981, AMC expanded the Eagle family with 2 smaller models, the sporty SX4 liftback and the compact camback, both based on the AMC Spirit. These additions broadened the car's appeal and introduced a youthful, adventurous image. A new 2.5-liter Iron Duke 4-cylinder engine became standard, improving fuel efficiency, while the 4.2-liter inline-6 remained optional. A new egg crate grille, revised bumpers, and shorter overall length modernized the look. The optional Select Drive system, introduced mid-year, allowed drivers to switch between 2-wheel and 4-wheel drive for better fuel economy. Road testers praised the Eagle's unique combination of traction and comfort, calling it a sports car that doesn't always need a road. 1982 to 1984, refinement and consolidation. By 1982, the Select Drive system became standard, and a 5-speed manual transmission joined the lineup. The wagon remained the most popular model, outselling other body styles by a wide margin. In 1983, AMC began streamlining the range, discontinuing the 2-door and camback models to cut production costs. The new AMC-built 2.5-liter engine replaced the GMC-sourced Iron Duke, while the 4.2-liter 6-cylinder gained efficiency upgrades. Reviewers noted the Eagle's tremendous traction and reliability in poor weather. By 1984, only the sedan and wagon remained, with the latter dominating sales. The select drive system was improved to allow shift-on-the-fly engagement. Production moved to AMC's Brampton, Ontario plant to free space for Renault's new Alliance models. With nearly 26,000 units sold that year, the Eagle retained a loyal following in snowy and rural regions. 1985 to 1986, technological tweaks and decline. For 1985, styling updates included a new hood design and a digital-tuned stereo system. A keyless entry system became available, a rarity at that time. However, AMC's marketing efforts waned and sales dropped below 17,000 units. The following year saw few changes, except for a new transfer case and the removal of the torque converter lockup feature. Sales fell further as the platform aged, with fewer than 8,300 units produced in 1986. 1987 to 1988, the final years under Chrysler. The 1987 Eagle carried on largely unchanged. AMC's focus had shifted toward its partnership with Renault, and the company's impending acquisition by Chrysler was finalized that August. The Eagle retained its reliable 4.2-liter inline-six, but production dipped below 6,000 units. After Chrysler's takeover, the final 1988 Eagle wagon rolled off the line in December of 1987 at the Brampton plant. Though now officially named the Eagle wagon, it still bore AMC branding. The car featured improved standard equipment, including air conditioning, halogen headlights, and an AM/FM stereo. Only 2,306 wagons were built, marking the end of the line for AMC's pioneering crossover. Though production ended quietly, the AMC Eagle's influence echoed loudly. It bridged the gap between rugged utility and passenger car refinement, inspiring future vehicles like the Subaru Outback, Audi Allroad, and Volvo XC series. From its ambitious 1980 debut to its dignified farewell under Chrysler, the Eagle remained a symbol of American innovation, a true trailblazer that proved comfort and capability could coexist on any road. The rare experiments, Sundancer convertible and turbo diesel Eagle. Among the many innovations of the AMC Eagle, few were as daring or as rare as the Sundancer convertible and the turbo diesel variant. These special editions reflected AMC's willingness to experiment and push the limits of its pioneering first-ever crossover. In 1980, AMC partnered with the Griffith Company to create a convertible version of the Eagle. Marketed as the Sundancer, it was offered during the 1981 and 1982 model years. The transformation required significant engineering changes. The Eagle's unibody frame was reinforced and a steel Targa roll bar was added for strength and safety. The front roof panel was made of removable fiberglass, while the rear vinyl section folded neatly into a boot cover. Sold through select AMC dealers, the Sundancer was available in the premium limited trim with leather interiors. The conversion, costing around $3,000, with a dealer price of $3,750, was performed by Griffith in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, a company previously known for building race cars and specialty convertibles like the Toyota Celica Sunchaser. Despite its style and craftsmanship, the Sundancer remained a niche offering and was discontinued after 1982 due to limited demand. At the same time, AMC experimented with another rarity, the turbo diesel Eagle. Produced in extremely small numbers, believed to be fewer than 10, these 1980 models were equipped with a 3.6-liter VM Motori engine producing 150 horsepower and 224 pound-feet of torque. Promising a remarkable range of up to 1,500 miles thanks to larger fuel tanks and optional overdrive, the diesel Eagle was efficient but prohibitively expensive, with conversions costing about $9,000. Both the Sundancer convertible and the turbo diesel Eagle stand today as bold collectible curiosities, reminders of AMC's fearless experimentation in the early SUV era. Racing roots, the AMC Eagle's rally legacy. While the AMC Eagle is best remembered as America's first crossover SUV, it also forged a surprising legacy in motorsport, particularly in rally racing. Competing in the Sports Car Club of America Pro Rally Series throughout the early 1980s, The Eagle SX4 proved that AMC's blend of comfort and capability could hold its own against purpose-built rally machines. The 1981 season marked the Eagle's entry into competition, with drivers Guy Light and Jim Brandt leading the charge. In their very first outings, they demonstrated the Eagle's potential, finishing just minutes behind first place in the Northern Lights Rally despite a crash, then securing a production class win at the Chisholm Trail Rally. The pair continued to impress, finishing near the top at events like the Susquehannock Trail and Centennial Rallies, and taking first in class at the grueling Sunriser 400. By the end of the year, Light and Brandt ranked second overall in driver standings, with AMC earning third among manufacturers. In 1982, veteran driver Gene Henderson and co-driver Jim Kloosterman took the reins, piloting their Eagle SX4 through some of the toughest conditions imaginable, from snow-covered Michigan roads to the high-altitude stages of Colorado's Centennial Rally. The duo consistently placed in the top ranks of the production class, often finishing within seconds of turbocharged competitors. Henderson's combination of driving skill and the Eagle's four-wheel drive advantage made them a formidable force, helping AMC again secure third place among manufacturers for the season. The Eagle's rally journey continued through 1983 and beyond. Henderson and Kloosterman achieved multiple podium finishes, including wins at the Manistee Trails Rally and strong performances in snow-heavy events like the Snowdrift and Nor'wester rallies. Even as mechanical issues occasionally forced retirements, the Eagle remained a regular top contender. By the mid-1980s, privateer teams carried the Eagle banner in pro rally events. Drivers like Daniel and Betty Ann Gilliland, along with Bob Lyle and other enthusiasts, kept the SX4 competitive, proving the platform's durability and reliability. The car's ability to handle harsh terrain and unpredictable weather, qualities built into its DNA as a road-going four-wheel drive, translated seamlessly into rally performance. Although the Eagle never achieved factory-level dominance, its record was impressive for a small automaker with limited resources. From 1981 to 1988, AMC's unlikely rally warrior carved out a reputation for resilience and capability, earning respect among racers and fans alike. The AMC Eagle's rally exploits not only showcased the brand's engineering creativity, but also cemented its role as a true pioneer. Long before the term crossover entered the automotive lexicon, the Eagle proved that comfort and competition could share the same dirt-covered road, a spirit that continues to echo in today's rally-inspired SUVs. The AMC Eagle Abroad, a global pioneer ahead of its time. Though born in America, the AMC Eagle's innovative design and all-weather versatility allowed it to find admirers across the globe. From Europe to Asia, the Eagle's brief but influential international presence helped to cement its reputation as a car far ahead of its time. In Germany, the AMC Eagle was imported by Allrad Schmidt, a company based in Bavaria. Since 1977, Allrad Schmidt had been the exclusive importer of AMC's Jeep vehicles and had established a solid reputation for distributing off-road capable machines. When AMC launched the Eagle in 1980, the company quickly recognized its potential as a unique offering, a passenger car with true four-wheel drive performance. The Eagle's mix of comfort and ruggedness appealed to a niche market of enthusiasts who wanted the practicality of a car, but the capability of a Jeep. From 1985 to 1989, the AMC Eagle made its way to Japan under the country's newly implemented Action Plan of 1985, which simplified vehicle importation rules. Kintetsu Shibara Automotive Maintenance Company Limited began importing the Eagle wagon alongside the Jeep Cherokee XJ. Even though the cars retained their left-hand drive configuration, unusual for Japan, they found buyers drawn to the novelty of an American-built crossover long before the concept gained mainstream appeal. After Kintetsu Shibara merged into Kintetsu Motors in 1986, imports continued until 1989, making the Eagle one of the earliest American all-wheel drive wagons available to Japanese customers. In Switzerland, the AMC Eagle was imported by J.H. Keller of Zurich, which handled AMC's entire lineup, from the sporty Javelin and compact Pacer to rugged Jeep CJs and Wagoneers. AMC's presence in Switzerland stretched into the mid-1980s, with the Eagle's advanced four-wheel drive system proving ideal for the country's mountainous terrain and snow-covered roads. Influence on global design trends. The AMC Eagle's innovative blend of passenger car comfort and four-wheel drive capability didn't just make it unique for its time. It quietly set the stage for one of the most significant shifts in global automotive design. When the Eagle debuted in 1980, it was unlike anything on the road. A family wagon with a raised suspension, rugged drivetrain, and car-like handling. While the world still associated four-wheel drive with utilitarian trucks or purpose-built off-roaders, AMC had effectively created a new species, the soft roader, decades before the term crossover entered the automotive lexicon. In Europe, automakers soon began to explore similar concepts, though each took a slightly different path. Audi's revolutionary Quattro system, introduced the same year as the Eagle, proved that all-wheel drive could enhance high-performance road cars as much as it did rugged off-roaders. While Audi's engineering emphasis was sport and precision, not all-terrain versatility, the Quattro shared the Eagle's underlying philosophy, giving everyday drivers added confidence and control in all weather conditions without sacrificing comfort or handling. Subaru too followed a parallel trajectory. By the mid-1980s, Subaru had committed to full-time all-wheel drive across its lineup, effectively becoming the Japanese counterpart to AMC's vision. Models like the Subaru Leon and later the Legacy Outback offered exactly what the Eagle had pioneered, a car-like vehicle with the capability to handle snow, dirt, and gravel without being a bulky SUV. Subaru's global success in this niche can be seen as a refinement of the concept AMC first introduced to the mainstream. Volvo and Toyota also adopted elements of the Eagle's design philosophy. The Volvo XC70, launched in the late 1990s, combined Scandinavian luxury with raised ride height and all-wheel drive, echoing the Eagle's formula almost 2 decades later. Similarly, Toyota's all-track wagons and later RAV4 models embodied the same principle, blending utility with refinement. What was once an experimental idea from a small American automaker had become a dominant design language for modern transportation. Today, crossovers and all-wheel drive wagons represent one of the largest segments in the global auto market, from luxury brands like BMW and Mercedes to budget-friendly makes like Kia and Hyundai. Every manufacturer offers some variant of the car-SUV hybrid. The AMC Eagle may not have been a commercial giant in its own time, but its influence resonates across continents, the unsung blueprint for the vehicles that define modern mobility. Legacy, decades ahead of its time. The AMC Eagle's global reach underscored its visionary nature. Introduced in 1979, it combined sedan comfort with SUV capability, a formula that wouldn't dominate the automotive world until the 2000s. Long before the term crossover was coined, the Eagle pioneered the concept of the car-based SUV, offering a raised ride height, all-wheel drive, and a refined driving experience. Though production ended in 1988 after 197,449 units, the Eagle name lived on under Chrysler's Jeep Eagle division following AMC's acquisition. The brand continued with models like the Eagle Premier, Talon, and Vision, each trying, in its own way, to carry forward the Eagle's innovative spirit. Yet despite Chrysler's efforts, the Eagle brand struggled to find consistent identity or success and was discontinued in 1998. Still, the original AMC Eagle's influence endures. It was not just a vehicle, but a blueprint for the modern crossover, a machine that combined practicality, safety, and adventure in a way no one had imagined. Today, its DNA can be traced in countless all-wheel drive wagons and SUVs worldwide, confirming that the Eagle truly flew ahead of its time.